Hey, what's up, everybody? Nick Unreal for NewOrleans.Football, and you're watching The Dot, presented by Matt Bauer's Auto Group. The Saints finally got Derek Carr. The quarterback dilemma is now solved, so we can actually start talking about some things that are not related to quarterbacks, which is kind of a relief considering that the story had just been stuck on stall there for so long. And now the team finally has an answer at the position and they can start building around them. So, with free agency just days away, we can start looking at some of the top needs for the Saints. And for me, there are two spots that I think they need to focus on primarily. And I don't necessarily think they have to be through free agency. In fact, one of them, running back, I think would probably be better addressed through the draft. I think it's time for the Saints to get a younger player at that position. I wouldn't be against bringing Mark Ingram back at all. I think he's a good locker room presence. I think he can still play. But I think it is time to get a little bit of youth at that position and kind of start bringing along somebody that in maybe 2 or 3 years can take over and become the lead running back at that position. So that is a spot that I think the team needs to address. And if it's not Ingram, I don't think it would be a bad idea to bring in two running backs. So maybe it's a veteran free agent, Ingram or someone else, and then you go to the draft for another player. But if you can get that 2017 type duo with Alvin Kamara and another running back, I think it could be a nice setup for this team as they move forward and start building an identity on offense. And then defensively, number one need, defensive tackle. You look at the depth chart right now, and we got a story breaking down the depth chart, everything I think the team needs to do throughout the offseason, some of the decisions they need to make on various players, David Onyemata, Marcus Davenport, everything I think they need to do between now and the start of the season is in this article. But if you look at that depth chart, there is like nobody under contract right now at defensive tackle. Onyemata, Malcolm Roach, everybody is a free agent right now. Shy Tuttle. So they need to get some players at that position. Some of that's going to be retaining their own, but I also think it's time to bring in some new talent at that spot. It's been a while since they've drafted a defensive tackle early in the draft. So now might be a good time to do it. I think pass rusher off the edge is a huge need too. So either one of those spots are things that I think they need to look at very early in the draft. But we're going to break down all this stuff. Like I said, check out our article on NewOrleans.Football, breaking down all the offseason needs and the directions they need to go and everything else. 20% off right now for the next few days with the code CAR, 20% off your first payment.